Some people actually have pet chickens or ornamental, tiny little bantam chickens they raise on their patio or even in their house or even in their backyard. A few pet chickens in a large finch cage. They make great little pet chickens. And then some people let them out in their backyard. Those are more of the pet bantam type breeds. And remember, they're not going to have quite as good of a immunity from lots of diseases and things. And the show type chickens are fairly delicate. They shouldn't be handled that much, but they make wonderful, wonderful, interesting little pets. Now the other type of chickens would be more along the lines of an industrial or a farm type chicken or a commercial chicken. Those are more of your production egg layers. They all very much have docile personalities in this line of chickens. They're all pretty much bred for laying eggs, and they're all very durable and strong chickens. But you need to look at the different type of chickens in your area. Again, people that are way up north may not want to get a chicken that doesn't do well in the winter conditions versus people that live way down south where it's really, really hot. You want to get a chicken that's strong for really bad heat waves and that can handle really hot weather conditions. But overall, look at the general area where you live, look at the climate where you live, and then try to match it up to the different breeds. Now, the majority of the chicken breeds, it's important for you to know, the majority of the breeds are going to have a very good temperament, and the majority of them are going to be docile. So irregardless of what you hear of this chicken breed will love me, this chicken breed wants me to pick it up and pet it, this chicken breed is aggressive and will attack me, the bottom line is you need to understand those are learned instinctive behaviors. And I will give you a typical example of what I hear every day from my customers. They say, but my chicken loves me. My chicken sits in my lap and she wants me to pet her, and she squats down and she wants me to pick her up and cuddle her, and I love her very much. Her name is Fluffy. She's my best little pet and I love her. And I said, that's great. You can definitely, you can personify your chickens, and they do make great pets. But that's good to look at it from how you love and personify your pet. But now let's look at it from a scientific level. When you're picking up your chicken and she squats and does the little chicken dance and everything, what she really truly is telling you is she's going through ovulation, and her squatting is a very submissive posture, and she wants a rooster to mount her for mating to fertilize the eggs. So what I tell people is, yes, your chicken loves you. She's squatting to be petted. She's going to come running to the fence. She's going to see that bag of food, and people say, but my chicken loves me. She's running to the fence because she sees me and she sees the food, and she's running and she says cluck, cluck, cluck to me every day, but she loves me. Well, yes, she does love you, and she's running to the fence. But also, if a complete stranger went out there with a bag of food, and the bag of food has a smell and a sound, and someone who didn't know your chicken went out there with a bag of food, Fluffy Chicken is going to come running to the fence and love that person the same way she loved you. So again, people like to personify it and say, Fluffy loves me, she runs to the fence. Fluffy squats down, she wants to be picked up and petted. That's great to personify that, but from another type of a standpoint, you can look at it and say, chickens have an instinctive behavior. They smell the food, they hear the sound of the bag, they're running to the fence because they know they're going to be fed. That's more instinctive. So I tell everybody to each your own. If you like to believe your chicken loves you and wants to be petted and she's running because she loves you, that's perfectly fine. But you also need to look at it that chickens do have instinctive learned behaviors. Chickens do have personalities. Chickens can be taught tricks, but for the most part, the majority of chickens that are out there are pretty much indifferent. They're only giving you instinctive behaviors that they would do if they were left alone in a pen and you never saw them. They're going to have the same instinctive behaviors. So you need to look at it both ways and decide, how do you want to look at it? There's no harm in saying my chicken loves me and wants me to pet her, and there's also no harm in saying my chickens are exhibiting instinctive behavior. It's just whatever works for you. but you need to look at the overall chart of chickens' behavior and understand the majority of them are going to be very docile. The majority of the chickens are going to be very good egg production, and the majority of commercial variety are also going to be very good at withstanding strong weather changes. So it's up to you to pick the right and best of breed for you and for what the purpose is, for why you're growing the chickens, whether you want them for pets or you want them for eggs. We thank you so much again for attending here at Blue Star Ranch, where you're learning each and every day more and more about chickens. Thank you so much for attending our classes and learning how you too can become an expert.